Happening now, what we know about a scheduling error that caused some issues for those with COVID-19 vaccination appointments here locally, plus more on the effort that could impeach New York's governor.
Well, we've got some sunshine out there for today, a bit cooler, but that doesn't tell the story for the cool air coming for the weekend. We'll talk about it in detail next as the news at noon starts right now.
Live and on demand, this is WNY News Now.
And thanks for joining us for WNY News Now on this Friday. I'm Justin Gould. A scheduling error with the New York State's website overbooked a COVID-19 vaccination clinic at SUNY Fredonia this morning. The Chautauqua County Department of Health says those who secured appointments before 10 last night will have an appointment at the clinic today. Those who scheduled an appointment for after that time will need to register for another spot. The clinic was taking place at SUNY Fredonia's Steel Hall Ice Rink. Now, this was not the first clinic held there by the County Health Department, who has opened sites at both that university and SUNY JCC. Well, a New York State Assembly committee will open an impeachment investigation into allegations of sexual misconduct against Governor Andrew Cuomo. The Assembly's Speaker authorized the Judiciary Committee investigation last night. The committee can subpoena documents, interview witnesses, and evaluate evidence. Earlier in the day, more than 50 Democratic state lawmakers called for Cuomo's resignation, saying he's lost the public's confidence. It all comes in the wake of sexual harassment allegations by multiple women and his handling of COVID-19 nursing home death data. The governor has repeatedly denied inappropriately touching anyone and has denied any suggestion of wrongdoing in the nursing home reporting. On Sunday, Cuomo said he will not resign. Well, as the allegations against the embattled governor continue to mount, interest from GOP members in a 2022 election challenge is now growing. State Senator George Borrello, a Chautauqua County Republican who is becoming a known commodity in the state's Senate Republican Conference, is continuing to criticize the governor for his policies on COVID-19 in nursing homes, along with the response to his allegations. Borrello telling WNY News Now that although he can never rule out a future run for governor, his main objective for 2021 and beyond is to represent the people of the state's 57th Senate District.
I want to do the job that I was elected to do and continue on. I think that there are lots of qualified folks out there that could step up and do a great job as governor. And while there's nothing's ever off the table, if you will, I will say that my interests lie right now with serving the people of my district.
He also says that although flattered by the idea, he doesn't expect to be considered for lieutenant governor. Well, the first day of spring is a little more than a week away, but President Joe Biden is already eyeing some summer fun. He says Americans might be able to gather in small groups by then. As Britt Conway reports, health experts, including his own, are quick to throw in some caveats, though.
Could we have independence from most COVID-19 restrictions this summer?
By July the 4th, there's a good chance you, your families and friends will be able to get together and have a cookout or a barbecue.
But don't send out those invites just yet. President Joe Biden and his team say we can't have our fun this summer if we don't follow health guidelines this spring. He also says all adults should be eligible for a vaccine by May, and Americans need to roll up those sleeves.
We are in a race against the variants.
Even still, some areas are easing restrictions. Maryland is opening restaurants and stores to full capacity today. And next week, Los Angeles will open gyms and movie theaters. Researchers at the University of Washington forecast almost 600,000 deaths by July if behaviors stay the same. Dr. Anthony Fauci says new cases are rolling in at some 60,000 a day.
That is unacceptably high. That is risky for triggering another surge.
Another concern moving forward is the long-term health problems COVID survivors might face. Just one more reason.
We need everyone to get vaccinated. We need everyone to keep washing their hands, stay socially distanced. and keep wearing the mask.
Otherwise, we can put away our beach towels and expect new restrictions. I'm Britt Conway reporting.
Britt, thank you. The president and vice president are booked for the Rose Garden later today for a talk about the new COVID relief law. They're inviting members of Congress, though no Republicans will be there per a White House guest list. Well, we thank you for joining us for WNY News Now as we get a check of some headlines that are happening here locally and around the nation as well this hour. Let us know what you think about these stories and more in the comments down below. We always love to hear from you. It's great to see Rita, good to see Pam, Sandy, Connie, and Anna as well. Hopefully you all are having a great Friday and enjoying some of the sunshine that's out there. It's certainly plentiful now. Chief Forecaster Dakota Hunter joins us with a first look at our weather. The notable difference, though, Dee, is the fact that it's a little cooler than it was yesterday.
Yes, it is. I mean, it's not as warm as it has been the past couple of days. So those 60s we had, yes, say goodbye to them. I'm ready for the weekend if you haven't been able to tell that already. It's 52 in Warren right now, so yeah, those 60s are gone, but yeah, overall it's not going to be bad. But you know, the same thing we talked about yesterday and the thing we mentioned a lot is March is a wild card month. Anything can happen. These are the late season snowstorms dating from March 15th onward. The latest ever we had a snowstorm was on April 20th of 1901. I was not doing the weather at that time. Jay was doing the news. I was not doing the weather. On that date, we had 16.5 inches of snow. But the good news is we don't see any snowstorms in our foreseeable future. 64 was the high yesterday. Hope you enjoyed it because it's gone. 36 is where we started the day. 70 and 20 below zero are the record highs and lows. So through the afternoon today, a lot cooler. Well, not really a lot cooler, but it is cooler than it has been. A few passing clouds, a good amount of sunshine. It also becomes windy as well. 46 at the water to 55 well inland. Look at this wind, southwest, 15 to 25 miles per hour. So it's going to be breezy out there. Now, we've got a few more days of sunshine to go through, but it's going to turn much colder into the weekend. We'll talk about it in detail with that 42 degrees and sunny 7-day forecast later in the show. Justin?
All right, Dakota, we'll be keeping our eyes on that. Hopefully more spring, maybe?
We'll see.
You'll let us know. Thank you. Well, one person was hospitalized following a morning fire here in Jamestown. Here's a look at the scene. Crews with the Jamestown Fire Department responded to a house at the corner of Fairmount and Hall Avenues just after 8 today for a reported working structure fire. Once there, firefighters were able to quickly extinguish the blaze. The Jamestown police chief telling WNY News Now a man was taken to UPMC Chautauqua Hospital for a mental health evaluation. The man, police say, likely started the fire. A large amount of police and off-duty firefighters also responded. No one else was injured as a result of the blaze. And investigators are interviewing those living along a Chautauqua Lake neighborhood that was rocked by a massive fire yesterday, which leveled a home and damaged several others. Captain Rick Telford with the Chautauqua County Sheriff's Office Fire Investigation Team tells WNY News Now his detectives will follow up with homeowners and nearby residents today. Telford says since only ash is left of the home where the fire originated, it will be extremely difficult for crews to pinpoint exactly the origin of the blaze. His team is speaking with homeowners now who live out of the area to see if they had left any equipment on or if maybe some recent electrical work was done. In addition to speaking with the neighbors, Telford said investigators are also reviewing area security footage that could shed some light on where specifically the blaze originated within the structure. Several area fire crews battled the blaze, which in total destroyed 2 homes and damaged several others on Keller Road near the Asheville Bay Marina. Next here, what Congressman Tom Reed has to say about the recently signed American Rescue Plan. And a bit later on, some good news for those looking to enjoy Jamestown City parks this summer. Stay with us as WNY News Now continues on this pretty sunny Friday afternoon.
With coverage that matters. This is WNY News Now.
EagleZip.com is your local one-stop shop for all of your home and business computer needs. Located on Fluvan Avenue Extension, just outside of Jamestown, EagleZip.com sells and services all brands of desktops and laptops, as well as servers and network equipment for your business. All new computer sales include transferring your data from your old computer, plus a 2-year warranty. Call EagleZip.com today.
Stop by EagleZip.com today and let us make computers easy for you.
Honest John's has what you're looking for. When you want it good, we're gonna give you lots more.
From freshly made subs to the best of pizza and wings, Honest John's has what you're looking for. And now 2 great locations, East 2nd Street and Fairmount Avenue. Order takeout or delivery today online at honestjohns.pizza.
You're gonna get it good at Honest John's.
There's an old saying, there's no news in the newsroom. Well, it's true. The time I spend at the anchor desk is just part of my day. Most of our time is spent gathering stories in the community, stories that matter to you. We can't do it alone, and we need your help. When you see breaking news or have a news tip we should know about, drop us a line on Facebook today, email our news desk, or call our newsroom at 488-7226 so we can bring those stories straight back to you.
You're watching WNY News Now, where coverage comes first.
New York State Lieutenant Governor Kathy Hochul received her COVID-19 vaccine today. Hochul was immunized with Johnson & Johnson's single-dose shot from Buffalo's Catholic Health. Prior to getting it, she thanked healthcare workers for their tireless efforts throughout the pandemic. Hochul also addressed some New Yorkers' hesitations about getting vaccinated.
I have had the pleasure of visiting 12 of our state-run mass vaccination sites from Long Island to Buffalo. I have sat in the recovery rooms where people sit after they've had their vaccine, and you would not believe the release of emotion that occurs when I'm sitting next to a 100-year-old grandma, great-great-grandma, sitting with her 80-year-old daughter, sitting with her 60-year-old daughter, and on down 5 generations sat there, and they were just so relieved. You could see it in their eyes.
The single-dose vaccine was approved earlier this month by the Food and Drug Administration, who say it is 85% protective against the most severe COVID-19 illness. Well, the Chautauqua County's federal representative says he is in support of some of the recently passed American Rescue Plan, despite voting against it. Congressman Tom Reed addressed the legislation during his weekly media conference call yesterday. Reed supports both the expansion of the child tax and earned income tax credits. The Republican, however, believes the Democratic-controlled House will try to use children as leverage in negotiating tax hikes next year.
Why don't you leave kids out of the battle rather than putting kids right in the middle of the battle and risking their security because you want to get a political win down the road. But that's how D.C. is now. That's all they care about is political leveraging, and they don't give a damn about what the policy does for real people. And especially when you're willing to risk the security of children in order to leverage them to get a political win in the future.
President Joe Biden signed the $1 trillion relief package yesterday. The first round of stimulus checks could hit bank accounts this weekend. Well, it's far and away the biggest consumer complaint to the Federal Communications Commission. And if it feels like you're getting hit more often with robocalls recently, a new report says you probably have. Mandy Gaither explains why and how to stop these annoying calls in today's Consumer Watch.
Getting more robocalls again? You're not alone.
If you're feeling like you're getting more robocalls, it's because you are getting more robocalls.
New data from UMail, a robocall prevention service that tracks those calls across the U.S., says Americans received more than 4.6 billion robocalls in February, up 27% from January. But why? Point to the pandemic.
As we seem to be coming out of the pandemic, call centers are opening, and therefore there's more robocalls. And the reason for that is there's really no point to making a robocall unless the person on the other end is going to press 1 or call you back. And you need a person when they do that.
To avoid those unwanted calls, the FCC says don't answer calls from unknown numbers. Beware, caller ID showing a local number doesn't necessarily mean it's a local caller. If you do answer, don't respond to questions and don't hit a button if prompted to. Scammers often use this trick to identify potential targets. Never give out personal information. You can also talk to your phone company about call blocking tools they may have and check into apps that you can download to your mobile device to block unwanted calls. Finally, make sure your number is registered on the National Do Not Call Registry. For Consumer Watch, I'm Mandy Gaither.
All right, Mandy, thank you. Experts say letting any robocall blocking technology company you're using which numbers in order to provide the best protection against unwanted calls so they can help block those calls for you and others. Well, lawmakers in Jamestown have approved a resolution to adjust this year's budget in order to hire staff to reopen city parks safely. The city council met during a special voting session last night. The move allows the mayor's office to hire part-time workers in the previously eliminated recreational coordinator position. Mayor Eddie Sundquist says the city will use state aid to help fill any gaps caused by the addition of $90,000 in the previously unbudgeted expense. The positions, Sundquist says, are vital to reopening parks properly, like having enough staff for cleaning. The council previously eliminated the positions because of the uncertainty surrounding the global pandemic. Now, technically speaking, the parks have really been open throughout all this time. However, playgrounds and bathroom facilities were shuttered since last March. Certainly great for the weather today. A lot of people may be getting outside over the last few days. Let us know what you think about these stories and more in the comments below. We'd love to hear from you. Great to see Charlie. Good to see Allison and Rita as well. Hopefully you're all having a great Friday. We appreciate you tuning in. Well, now let's get to Chief Forecaster Dakota Hunter with a full look at our weather. And Dakota, I think really it's been a great time the last couple of days for people to get out, get away from their phone, and get away from those unwanted robocalls that we've just been talking about.
Yeah, and a funny story about the robocalls. So, we got another dedicated phone line in the studio.
Yeah, just yesterday, actually.
Yeah.
We were setting that up.
Yeah, and so there's now a phone in the studio.
In fact, I have it right here.
Yeah.
It's a little out of reach, but...
Yeah, so we now have a phone in the studio with its own dedicated number.
Yeah.
And I kid you not, within about 3 minutes of hooking that phone up, we got a robocall.
Yeah, it was trying to sell me life insurance.
Yes, and actually, here's a great tip to stop robocalls. When you sign up for stuff, get a Google Voice number, download the app, the Google Voice app, and you can use the Google Voice number when you sign up for things. And the cool thing is you can mute Google Voice. So then that way it just goes straight to voicemail. You don't get robocalls on your phone anymore.
That's a pretty good idea. I have the AT&T Call Protect app on my cell, and that does a pretty good job. It'll tell me, like, we blocked this number because we believe it's a robocall, and then obviously I can adjust it if say it was somebody really trying to get a hold of me. But nevertheless, it is annoying. I mean, especially when your phone rings over and over. There was one night a couple years ago where I had like 3 or 4 different robocalls all at the same time. And
well, you know what?
What are you going to do?
Well, you know what? I found the perfect solution. I got one time, and I pressed 1 to speak to somebody, and I said, "I'm the boogeyman, and I'm coming to get you." And the next thing I heard was click.
You know, my girlfriend's dad screams into the phone. One time he did that, and it was a real person.
Uh-oh. Well, with that, let's go into weather. And
don't call him, evidently.
Yeah, and wow, what a segue.
Right, there was no segue.
Right, but, oh, wow.
There's that. Have a great day. See you tomorrow.
Yeah, exactly. Bye. See you tomorrow. But wow, what a difference it has been over this past week here. Look at where we were last weekend in the freezer, and then whoop, up we go. 63 both Wednesday and yesterday. Enjoyed it because look at where the temperatures are going. They're going down from here. 53 today should be our forecast high. 38 on Saturday. That's as a secondary cold front comes in, so that's going to drop our temperatures down once again, 42 on Sunday. And, by the time we head into next week, we should be back into the lower 40s, but the 60s are long gone. But at least we've got lots of sunshine downtown from the HD News Now cam. We're at 47 as a noon hour right now. It is windy out there with a west wind of 15, the wind gust at 21, so the wind chill is down to 40 degrees, so you will need to have a light jacket on today. Likely, if you consider that cold. But anyway, here's the weather setup. So this is the first cold front that moved through. This moved through yesterday, and this produced those rain showers last night. Did you hear those rumbles of thunder last night as a line of storms and showers came on through? Just a couple of lightning strikes we had on that. This is the secondary cold front that's going to move through tonight. This is what's going to usher in the change for us with that cooler air, and this is going to become our weather pattern for at least the next upcoming weekend. Don't forget, daylight saving time starts tomorrow night at 2 a.m. Sunday morning, technically overnight on Saturday. So if you still have old-fashioned clocks, your microwave, your stoves, set them forward 1 hour as you head to bed Saturday. Check your batteries in your smoke detector if you still have one that uses batteries. And also check and change the batteries in your NOAA weather radio. That's this thing right here. We'll talk more about these later on as we get closer to severe weather season. We threw out a thing on social media talking about them. Every home needs to have one, period. 52 at 2 o'clock today as we head through the afternoon. Should be nice with lots of sunshine. 45 at 6, and by the time we head to 10 o'clock tonight, yeah, it's going to start getting it's going to get sharply colder here as that cold front moves through, but at least the clouds will be moving the way. What do they say? I can't think of the song, and I just heard it. Next 7 days coming up. I have nothing else to say. There's the 42 degrees and sunny 7 day. We'll be back after the break.
We love you, Dakota.
Oh, man. First Defense Weather is sponsored by 42 Degrees and Sunny, smoking deals on smoking accessories. Learn more at 42degreesandsunny.com. That's 42degreesandsunny.com.
You're watching WNY News Now, your source for breaking news.
I'm a survivor. I'm a survivor. I'm a survivor.
Testicular cancer is the leading form of cancer in men aged 15 to 35.
1 in 250 men will be diagnosed with testicular cancer.
But 98% will survive if detected early.
As a survivor, I believe early detection is the key. Learn how to do a testicular self-exam and other important facts about testicular cancer at oneball4tc.com.
It's not just what we say, it's what we do.
Local first. It isn't just our slogan. It's our mindset every single day. So whether you're watching our daily live streams or staying up to date with reports on our website and mobile app, you'll always see the same attention to detail from reporters who passionately care about our community, who have one goal in mind: to always put the facts first.
For me, it's more than just getting the forecast right. What I love the most about my job is that I come into work every day to help break down the weather, letting people know how this is going to impact their day. We take pride that First Defense Weather is the only local weather team in the Southern Tier. We don't just copy and paste our weather from outside sources. Every part of our forecast is handmade right here in-house, something our team really takes pride in.
What matters to you matters to us. Every story, every day. WNY News Now, where coverage comes first. With coverage that matters, this is WNY News Now.
And welcome back to WNY News Now. St. Patrick's Day is almost upon us, so in an effort to help our furry friends find a forever home, we're partnered with the Chautauqua County Humane Society and my favorite segment, the Pet of the Week. Joining us live is Amanda Sublett to talk more about this week's featured furry friend. Hey, Amanda.
Hey there. So today I have with me my buddy Gus. He's about 4 years old. See if we can get him to stand up here. He's a really big boy. All the way? Not quite. I don't know how well you can see that. I love him because he's got this beautiful panther-like face and that size. He really is very masculine in appearance, but he's got such a sweet heart. He loves to be loved.
Yeah, and I think that's something that anybody looking for a friend definitely needs. How is he with other animals? Does he seem to tend well, or is he more of a solo flyer?
Actually, he was found living with a couple other cats, so all of them are here. He does well with them. He hangs out in our culinary room. We've got our friend over here that he was right next to. Actually, if you want to peek up here at Sean, he was found with Sean.
Wow.
So he
So
does
certainly
well with other cats, and I think he could do well with a dog as well.
great. So that's great to know, because I'm sure there's a lot of people out there, especially now, with all this time on our hands, spending time at home, why not have more animals? What is there anything else that you think has him stand out? I know you mentioned he's a pretty large cat. Does he work out a little bit, playing with the toy?
He comes up to you as soon as you walk into the room. I've not seen him play with toys yet, but he's very social. He wants to be loved. So like I said, he's going to follow you around.
Yeah, and I can tell he's pretty vocal too, which
Actually,
which
that is
nice.
Sean right up here. This is
Oh,
my
that's
talker.
Sean. Okay. So he lets his friends do the talking. That's good. And
Right.
and they say I should let people talk more, but I know coming up this weekend and today, really Friday through Saturday, a big event going to be held at the Chautauqua Mall, your St. Patrick's Day celebrations. Can you tell us what people can expect when they come down to visit?
Yeah, so we are bringing Gus up there and Sean. They're going to hang out today from 3 to 7 and then tomorrow from 12 to 4 looking for new homes. We are bringing some other adult cats and kittens. We'll have a few dogs with us, a bird, and 2 guinea pigs.
Wow, certainly you got the whole lot there.
Right.
When people come to the event, if they see somebody they like, are they able to move that adoption process along today when there?
Yeah, anybody who is interested in adopting while at the event is more than welcome to. We have cat carriers for them to take home right away, leashes for the dogs, whatever they need.
Yeah, certainly. And I imagine it's one of the larger festives that you do to try to get people to, learn about the Humane Society and the great services that you provide, but at the same time, you have a little one-on-one time with the animals you have, even if they don't necessarily adopt them. Do you feel that it's a good outlet for people just to come and kind of see what animals are out there, and for the animals too to be familiar a little bit with the community?
It is one of the best opportunities to meet or choose on your own, being able to wander around, get to know these guys. It really does help out, but it can also help to socialize them, and it might help you better search what you're looking for. We also get a really good crowd in, so we can talk to them about the cats, and they might be able to tell a friend that, hey, this cat is perfect for you, and maybe their friend will come in and adopt.
Yeah, certainly that'd be the big hope. So again, today, Friday and Saturday at the Chautauqua Mall. For more information about that and our furry friend Gus here, who you see on the screen, or any other residents of the shelter, simply contact the Chautauqua County Humane Society at 716-665-2209, or even easier, log on to chqhumane.org. Thank you, Gus and Amanda and company, and we'll certainly see you guys next week.
Thank you, Justin.
Well, that's going to do it for us today. Of course, news continues 24/7 at WNYNewsNow.com, and on our mobile app, you can download it for free in the Apple App Store or Google Play Store. We'll leave you with this live look over Chautauqua Lake. Certainly going to be a beautiful day today out there, so if you can, get out and enjoy. Have a great weekend. Dakota and I are back on Monday. Hope to see you then.